Hello, everyone. We're going to talk today about the letter T and Tiny Tiger. T reads T, T, T. See the letter T? There we go. That's the letter T that says T, T, T. Now let's read about Tiny Tiger. I think you're going to like this story. Tiny Tiger strolled onto the baseball field. "Hi, team," Tiny Tiger called. "Let's start the practice." The Tigers had not heard a word that Tiny Tiger said. They were staring at his ties. Tiny Tiger had not only worn a necktie to ball practice, but he had also worn a bow tie. "Tiny," spoke up Tag Tiger, "why in the world are you wearing two ties?" "Two ties?" replied Tiny Tiger, looking down at his neck. "Oh, yes, I do have on two ties. I forgot to take them off this morning." "Why did you have them on this morning?" asked Tag Tiger with a puzzled look on his face. "Well," Tiny Tiger continued, "I went to a party last night. I guess I went to bed wearing the ties." "Why did you wear two ties to a party? Was it a costume party?" "No," Tiny Tiger called over his shoulder as he walked toward third base. "It's funny, but I certainly don't remember putting on two ties. Never mind now, let's play ball." All the other tigers looked at each other. They whispered, "Do you think Tiny Tiger will forget and wear two ties to all the games?" Tag Tiger said in a concerned voice, "How could Tiny Tiger be so forgetful?" Tiny Tiger didn't catch any fly balls during the practice. Tiny Tiger even forgot to touch a runner at third base. Tiny Tiger had such a hard time remembering what to do. As they left the practice field, Tag Tiger called to Tiny Tiger, "Hey, Tiny Tiger, don't forget to be at the game tomorrow." "I'll try to remember to be there," Tiny Tiger called back to Tag Tiger. When the Tiger team walked onto the field the next afternoon to play the Antelope team, there was Tiny Tiger, still wearing two ties. Tiny Tiger had forgotten to take off the two ties again. By the last part of the game, the score was 10-9. The Tigers were ahead, but the Antelopes were up to bat. "Dear God, help me to remember," Tiny Tiger prayed. The first antelope hit a ball that popped up to the pitcher. The next antelope batted a ball toward right field and ran all the way to second base. Tag Tiger struck out the antelope that was the third batter. "Two outs against the Antelopes," Tiny Tiger thought. "One more out and our team wins." Tag Tiger pitched the ball. Whack went the bat, and suddenly Tiny Tiger saw the ball coming toward him. Tiny Tiger reached out with his paws to catch the ball, but it dropped in front of him. Just as Tiny Tiger picked up the ball, he saw the orange spiked shoes of the runner coming toward him. "Remember to touch him, remember to touch him," Tiny Tiger thought to himself. So Tiny Tiger reached over and tagged that antelope runner, and suddenly the game was over. Before Tiny Tiger knew it, and before he knew what had happened, he was riding on the shoulders of his teammates. "Tiny Tiger is a hero," they cried. "He can wear two ties anytime he wants." "Not anymore," said Tiny Tiger with a twinkle in his eye. "I'm beginning to remember now." Isn't that a fun story? Sometimes we do forget. We need to ask God for help, don't we? He'll always give it if we'll just ask.